the palace is needing your artistic touch once more. Decorate the palace's ceiling to a masterpiece to win in Azul Duel.
And today we'll be teaching you how to play Azul Duel, a two-player version of Azul, game designed by Michael Kiesling and published by Next Move Games.
And hello everyone, it's Stella.
And Tarrant from Meeple University.
And hey, if you enjoyed this video, after watching, you will really help us by like, subscribe, and let us know what you think in the comments. That seriously will help us to bring more videos. Alright, now let's get to the classroom.
In Azul Duel, two players compete against each other to collect tiles and use them to tile a Portuguese ceiling, scoring points for the patterns they create. The game plays over 5 rounds and whoever scores the most points will be the winner. To set up, give each player a player board. This is broken up into 4 areas: the pattern lines, the dome, that is the interior of the ceiling that you're tiling, and spaces for your bonus chips and broken tiles. Take your 2 player tokens. The central board contains the score track, and each player begins with 5 points. Shuffle the deck of dome plate tiles and place 3 face up. Shuffle a supply of face down bonus chips and find the 9 beige coloured roof tiles with this motif, making a supply with those as well. Choose and display 3 of the double-sided endgame scoring objectives. The 3 with stars are good for your first play. Lay out the factory tiles, 4 small and 1 large, with their moons towards the centre. On the moon halves, place the first player marker on the large factory and a face-down bonus chip on each small factory. Now shuffle the 65 ceiling tiles in the bag, and on the sun halves of the factories, lay out 5 tiles on the large factory and 4 tiles on each small factory. Redraw if you draw 5 matching tiles to the large factory, but otherwise there are no restrictions. Choose a first player, and in reverse turn order, each player chooses a starting dome plate from the board, placing it anywhere onto their dome, and refilling from the deck. Once both players have done this, you're now ready to play. Azul Duel is played in 5 rounds, and each round is played in turns, starting from the first player and going back and forward until the round is over. On your turn, you must take one of 3 actions. These are take a dome plate, take tiles, or take a bonus chip. You must take a dome plate and a bonus chip twice each per round, while tiles will depend on the number of tiles available. You are not allowed to pass your turn unless you have no legal action to take. The first action is take a dome plate. Spend one of your player tokens to the central board to take 1 dome plate and place it into your dome. You may either take a face-up dome plate from those available on the central board without replenishing it, or you may pay victory points to draw from the deck. One at a time, spend points to draw tiles without looking at them, and then once you've decided to stop drawing tiles, look at them, choose the one you'll keep, and return the others to the bottom of the deck. You cannot spend points below 0. Either way, you now place the tile in any space and in any orientation into your dome. Each dome plate will depict 3 of the 5 standard ceiling tile types, and either a special tile or a joker. And you can tell which of these icons is present from the icons on the back. You must take this action exactly twice per round, spending both of your player tokens. The exception is in round 5 when this action is no longer available, since by that time your entire board will be full. The second action is to take tiles, and there's 2 ways you can do this, sun or moon. And do note, even though the players are represented by those sun and moon motifs, both of these options are equally available to both players. If you choose sun, choose any one factory that still has tiles in its sun. You must take all the tiles of any one colour from that factory and move the remaining tiles to its moon. If it's a small factory, stack the tiles in any order of your choice and stack them on top of the bonus chip. While if it's the large factory, move all tiles to their own slots in that moon. If you take tiles from the moon, choose any one type of tile and take all of that tile which are on the tops of stacks across all 5 moon factories. That means here I could take this one yellow tile, this one red tile, both of these turquoise tiles, or both of these dark blue tiles. After taking, leave all remaining tiles where they are. If there are multiple matching tiles on top of a stack, you take only the top one. So here, taking blue would result in taking these 2 tiles. If you're the first player to take a tile from the large factory moon, then take the first player marker as well. And if your action removes the final tile from a small factory moon, flip its bonus chip face up. You must now add all of your newly gained tiles to your player board. If you took first player, it must go on this space in your broken tiles, and it will be worth -2 points when scored at the end of the round. For the rest of the tiles, you can place them only into a single valid pattern line. Each pattern line can only have a single type of tile at once, and there must either currently or potentially in future be a matching coloured space in that same row in your dome. So these tiles could not go in row 5 because there's already grey tiles present, and could not go in row 4 because in the dome there are no open blue spaces, open joker spaces, or empty spaces where a blue dome piece could later go. Having chosen a single pattern line, put as many of your tiles there as you wish, and any that you cannot or don't wish to put there must go to your broken tiles. So here I could place these 3 tiles in my 6th row, or place 2 in the 3rd row and break the 3rd, 2 in the 2nd row and break the 3rd, or 1 in the top row and break the other 2. Broken tiles will score negative points up to the first 4. Any that you collect there above 4 are simply discarded. Do also note, if you ever place a dome plate in such a way that the pattern line becomes illegal, any tiles in that pattern line are automatically broken. The final action is to take a revealed bonus chip from a moon. It must be revealed, meaning there are no ceiling tiles left on that factory. In this case, you could choose one of these. Take the chip and add it face up to this round's bonus chip storage. You must do this exactly twice each round. The round ends once all 5 factories are empty of both tiles and bonus chips, and with the exception of round 5, once both players have taken dome plates twice. Now, from top to bottom, both players score completed pattern lines. If a line is complete, that is, all of its spaces are filled in, then move the rightmost tile to a matching space in that row on the dome, which could include a joker space. So this tile could go here or here. Either way, immediately score its points. A tile with no orthogonally adjacent tiles scores 1 point. A tile in an adjacent vertical column of tiles scores 1 point per tile in that column. So this placement would score 2 points. A tile in a row of adjacent tiles likewise scores 1 point per tile in that row, so this would be a 2-point placement. And a tile in both a row and a column of adjacent tiles scores for both, counting itself twice. That means this placement would score 1, 2, 3, 4 points. If a complete row has no valid space for the tile to move to, then that row remains as it is. You'll have the chance to complete it in a later round when you create the space for the tile to go. If a row is incomplete, then you have the opportunity to complete it by spending bonus chips. Each missing tile can be filled in by flipping over 2 bonus chips which show the matching tile half, or any 3 bonus chips regardless of matches. Here I would most likely flip these 2 matching ones over, which acts to complete this pattern row, and therefore score this tile for 3 points. Any incomplete rows that you cannot or choose not to complete with bonus chips remain in place. Through this phase, you may also place and score beige special tiles. If after placing and scoring a tile, you have just filled in all 3 coloured spaces on a special tile's dome plate, immediately take a special tile from the supply, place it on the 4th space, and score as many points as the row that tile is in. It does not score adjacent rows and columns on its own, but it does contribute to the rows and columns of future tile scores. Finally, lose 2 points if you took the first player token, and lose the printed points cumulatively for up to 4 broken tiles. In this case, I would lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. If you don't have enough points to lose, simply lose what you can. Take your broken tiles, and all remaining tiles from your scored pattern rows only, and discard them. Now reset for the next round. Players retrieve their player tokens, refill the display of dome plates, and refill the factories as in setup. If the bag ever empties while refilling, shuffle the discards into the bag, and continue. Whoever took the first player marker in the last round will play first this round. After scoring the 5th round, the game is complete. To the scores they've gained, add any points for making the patterns or objectives on the 3 objective tiles placed in setup. Here, for example, it's complete rows, complete columns, and diagonals. The player with the highest score wins, and if tied, whoever took this token in the final round breaks the tie.
Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, maybe you'd like to watch this next one. Have a great day. Bye!